You don't tip the TSA guy that pats you down?
He lied.
Do you tip TSA pre?
You don't know that you're supposed to leave a $1 bill in your pocket when they pat you down?
Your back pocket.
And then when they go, what is this?
You know what? I'm flying out
a
tomorrow.
little something for you.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
So how do you guys deal with guilt tipping?
What's guilt tipping?
I don't do it.
I used to give in. But now I don't give in anymore.
What's guilt tipping?
So guilt tipping is the new thing where like, I guess like during the pandemic, tipping took a big ass rise because electronic devices at most places now included tip as an option.
Yeah.
And it was just one click. You know the little turning around of the iPad? Yeah.
I hate when they go, oh, it's gonna ask you a question.
I know.
Just say like, how much do I want to tip, and I'll tell you. But don't pretend like you don't know what the question
I
is.
mean,
Right.
that's the protocol, I guess, yeah. So it's gone
We
up.
both know that.
But and they call it guilt tipping because it's like it's that situation where they're just standing there while you click which thing you want.
I like when they do this, where they look at you and they go, and I go, perfect, now I'll put 0.
Or they hand you the thing and they turn this way.
But then they do admit that like things have gotten kind of out of hand where like a lot of, because it's so easy to program these into devices, Square, the company that like does all these things, the software and the hardware, it's just in it. So like if you are using this, even if it's a thing that doesn't normally require gratuity at all, the option's always there.
Yeah. What is guilt tipping though? Is it because like you feel like you have to tip when it's like like you're at a gas station and you're just buying a chocolate bar?
Normally, like tipping normally didn't include a person watching you do it.
Oh.
You walk away and come back to it.
Yeah. Now it's like there's some form of like, oh, if I do this or I don't do this, they're gonna know immediately, and the service hasn't completed itself. Yeah. Normally, if you're at a restaurant, you're done, you're good to go. Yeah. But then here, they're gonna make your drink after they know what you tipped.
Sometimes. Oh right, that is weird. When the tip comes first, that's weird.
Exactly. So it's a little strange.
But TIP was an acronym. It was to ensure promptness.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
So the tip was actually, I believe, paid before to ensure promptness.
Oh shit. Well, damn.
Here's $2.
You better do the thing, yeah.
So just as a side note, so Square, that everybody knows Square, they have reported a profit in just 2022 alone of $3 billion.
What?
Just of people like using their system.
Well, I mean, they're one of the most used, like,
they're one of the first ones too,
because there's Toast, there's Square, there's also another one, it's a competitor of Toast, but yeah, I mean, people are using that now. A lot of them are using that.
Yeah.
What do you use?
Toast.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is that this is the first period since the pandemic that tipping has gone back down. So people are kind of getting sick of it.
Yeah.
Where like now it's kind of pivoting and it's actually gone down 19%.
oh, it's not that bad.
I think people don't have,
But it's been going up.
but they don't have spending money. I think when they were getting a lot of the checks from the government, I think when it's kind of free like that, I think it's easier to tip. Because the money flows out quicker when it's not.
Yeah.
And then if right now the economy's kind of down and people aren't really making as much and getting extra income, so I think they tighten up on stuff like that.
And with I think inflation, if prices of products go up, then they also tip less too.
Because then the tip is increased too if the price is higher overall. But what do you guys do if you really don't feel like you should tip?
I just don't fucking tip.
Yeah, if I don't feel like I should, I just put 0.
What's a situation where you feel like you shouldn't?
I think that there are certain industries that tip makes sense. For me, like when I go to a sit-down establishment and then the waiter comes and brings me food and then deals with my annoying ass on explaining the menu, and I ask 50 questions about the item, and then I go, oh, but I have these adjustments, can you make sure that's, oh, and I'm in a hurry, I'm trying to make it to the airport, and then they get my food out quick, and I'm like, I've been an ass, thank you so much for being so pleasant and making my day, boom, I'll give you like 40% or whatever the fuck. Ooh. It just depends on
circumstances.
Yeah, because the way I see that server is like, they're like a salesperson, and me and this person has a transaction going on. Not a lot of people see it that way, but I see it as that's how it's supposed to be. Standard service is like, okay, cool, here's standard tip. Above and beyond is, hey, thanks for that. And I learned it because I was a server. So when you know, like when you grew up, I think most Asian families don't get tipping, so they'll just drop a couple bucks. They don't understand the difference. But then when I worked at a restaurant, they tell you how it works. Not a lot of restaurants even know how to explain it. But then when you interact with the customers, you'll see why. Some people, they'll give you 100%. Like if the bill is 100, then their tip is $100.
Damn.
So yeah, some people will give you more tip than how much they paid for the meal. And then that's where I'm just like, oh shit, this is the difference between giving good service and giving horrible service, and why I got more money or other servers got way more money than people that just go and walk away.
Yeah, but nowadays it's just the expectation of just doing the job, therefore grants an additional tip.
Yeah,
and that's where I have a problem.
Where do you not tip though? That's the question.
Drive-throughs.
Like where do you not tip
tip
where there's an option to?
Fast casual. I tip if I'm a regular at a coffee shop, and then like in the beginning I don't, but later I walk in and they go, I know your order.
Yes.
Boom,
Yes.
boom, boom. Then I'm like, I'm gonna keep hooking them up, or they'll be like, oh, I just get you, and then I get to skip the line, and it's like, okay, now I get extra. So now I'm gonna give you extra. But like the first time, I don't fucking know this person, and they're just doing standard shit. I'm like, why?
Sometimes the presets are crazy too.
Yeah.
It's gonna ask you a question, it turns around, it's like 20, 25, 30. You're like, huh?
That's what they're
What the fuck? Other motherfucker?
That's what they're pointing out here, that like incrementally, without a lot of people noticing, they have increased those percentages just to whatever the fuck.
Yeah, because didn't it used to be 10, 15, 20?
It used to be 8, 10, 15.
That's what I said. I was like, yo, where's the 10%? Where's the 5%?
But that's so smart on Square to do that because they're making so much money and they have incentive to have this tipping culture be such a tipping culture in society.
For
So that
Square
way they
to
make
tell
more
you
money.
that you can set whatever you want.
Yeah.
Dude, they play on it because they know that if they put those three options, you're gonna hit one of them because they make the other where you have to put so you have to hit other and put 000 and a lot of people won't rather do that.
And it's obvious you're doing it if you don't see the screen.
Exactly. So they'd rather go, okay, I'll hit 10.
Plus
There's
they
a no tip selection too, right?
Sometimes they do. But sometimes but you notice how the situation
there's more to push.
the big buttons are the percentages, and then the small button is like, you're sure you don't want a tip? Like, you know, they
Yeah.
some places do that, right?
It'll go, "Doot, no tip, no tip.
This guy didn't tip. This guy. Chinese alert.
Chinese detected. Have you guys seen that sometimes they'll even change the order from left to right, which numbers it is?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
You ever seen that?
High to low.
Because like,
you're
you know, like,
programmed to click
most
this
people would just
one.
click the leftmost thing because it's usually the lowest.
99%.
But honestly, those are the tricks that like you kind of you have to be careful of. Like you have to kind of look out for it. And I think there's no shame in just throwing a 0 on there, throwing a no tip. Nah, but like for certain things.
For certain things, yeah.
I like it when they put $1, $2, $3.
You tip your when you pay rent?
No, I don't.
You don't tip your
You
landlord?
guys tip your...
What the fuck?
Here's an extra G this month. I give it. I give it to the post office, the mailman.
You really don't tip your landlord? Are you being serious?
No, I give it to my mailman.
No, is that a thing?
Yeah. What? I'm trying my best to act like you guys are weird.
Is it a thing?
It's a joke. It's a meme. It's a meme where like everyone goes like, make sure we're in hard times. Tip your landlord, dude. All right. Like, tip your landlord.
Here's 4 months security deposit.
Hey, nowadays you fucking might have to.
It's a joke about like helping people. Like
You know what I didn't know was pretty standard is tipping the housekeeping. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, really?
So when I left the hotel, it was just fucking dirty, and then like it comes back, and I'm like, damn, this place is clean. But I didn't know you're supposed to leave like cash or whatever, and just like give them something every single time. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a thing that I just recently learned.
Oh,
I still don't fucking do it, but
Yeah, I
like
still
you know
don't
what I mean?
know.
Like it's
I
just
don't know.
weird.
I don't think
I've
I think
never
I
done
did that when I was like a teenager,
Yeah.
and then I never did it again.
Yeah. Another thing is haircuts. I didn't know that was a standard too.
for
I
myself.
tip my
Yeah, I tip my like my
Really?
husband.
No, I never.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, I get the fucking.
Well,
get
can I be
haircuts.
honest with you?
Talk about your tipping experience.
And tattoo artists too.
Well, you know what I noticed with tattoo artists? They get super mad if the tip is just like anything. Honestly, like if it's like $20, they're like, "What the hell?" You know what I mean? I'm like, "What?" Because when I charge my clients, a lot of them do not tip. Actually,
Because they don't know.
Tattoo or for hair?
haircut.
Even the ones that you go to cut.
Yeah, because I give them because you know if I do house calls, I charge them 150.
Oh.
So I'm like, whatever, man. You don't tip me, that's fine. 'Cause that was expensive.
Okay. Yeah.
But then when it comes to other people, I'm like, yeah, it's 40 or 50, and then I'm thinking 42, 45. But you know what I mean? But I've never been expecting tips from them ever.
Okay.
So they always just give me a flat rate, but I never expect tips because I'm like, whatever, I don't care. It's in my house, so I don't need a tip. That's the way I look at it. But
That's actually pretty fair. Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, thanks for coming to my house and coming to the craziest place in the city, which is West Hollywood. Parking's a bitch. So no tip, that's fine. But some of them do tip on top, which is completely fine. I'm like, cool, thank you, man, I appreciate that.
I also kind of feel like tip is like a passing of karma. So the more fortunate I've become, I do tip way more.
Yeah, if I could, yeah. Sure.
Because
Especially when you get really good
when we
service,
first
you know?
started JK, like we were fucking scrounging pennies. Like I barely tipped very much. But then as I was more fortunate, then I'll try to tip as much.
You don't tip the person that does your baggage when you check in at the airport.
The baggage.
The guy that weighs it for you?
Yeah. You know?
Tip jar. They have a tip jar on their desk.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Holy shit! This guy's savage.
Guy, do you tip the guy?
You don't tip the TSA guy that pats you down?
Do you tip TSA pre?
You don't know that you're supposed to leave a dollar bill in your pocket when they pat you down?
Your back pocket.
And then when they go, what is this? You
know
go,
what? I'm flying out
a
tomorrow.
little something for you.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
They're gonna take it as a bribe.
What about the scanner? When you scan the luggage, you're supposed to put $5 in the tray in front of the luggage.
I'm gonna have to walk everywhere with dollars. Oh, I tipped the valet.
These are my bags, sir. These are my bags.
I tipped the valet all the time.
Valley's common.
And you know, the other day I went to go visit my buddy at his office in fucking West. Was it West LA? It's Beverly Hills or what? Century City. Fucking multi-million-dollar fucking complex. Super expensive. The valet comes out. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta tip him. And then I pull out money. He goes, $5? He goes, damn, you don't have to give him that much. And I'm like,
Huh?
that's normal.
What's the amount that he's thinking?
I don't know. I usually do
If it's not
$5 or
five,
$10.
what is it? A
I
dollar?
don't know.
$5?
Do they tip at Barbell?
Yeah, all the time.
They do. They'll tip the front desk guy.
Yeah, like whatever they hit, they go, oh, $225? Dude, here's $225.
Here's 20% of 225.
Who's paying who?
Out there.
You like just go like, hey, can you spot me?
Dude, that was
Dude, that was a good spot, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's all for the love of the game.
Yeah.